What is going on, trading family? Welcome to our Bible study. I understand that it's a Saturday, but most of you guys I know is going to watch the recording. So hopefully this is helpful for you in your journey. So what we're going to go through today, okay? Like the title of today is going to be Refined by Fire when Pain Has Purpose. Okay. And with this teaching, the goal is to understand it, right? Because we all walk in life together. We all go through this thing called life. And acknowledging pain from human logic, right? From earthly standards, majority of people that don't follow God, when they see pain, they see it as the worst thing possible. Because we're going to go through a lot of trials and error in life. And it could be obviously in trading, it's going to be in your personal life. You're going to be dealing with a lot of trials. And in the Bible, it shows us how to actually look at the pain, not from human logic, but spiritual logic. Because if once you could start understanding the difference, this is where you could look at your trials differently. Even when it comes to trading, right? Blowing accounts. Most people look at that as devastating. When it comes to your personal life, you lose a girlfriend, you lose your boyfriend, like breakups, family drama, right? We family losses. You lose your job, you lose your money, you lose your house. We're gonna deal with a lot. We're gonna have this process of pain, but the way, if we could start changing our way of understanding why he's putting us through it, right? This is what could actually help us grow in life, right? And this is where our spirit could get awakened by these messages, all right? So, what we're going to do, we're going to go to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6 and 7. Okay. Then we're going to go to Malachi 3 and 3 and Psalms 66, 10 and 12. So, these are going to be the three teachings that I'm going to go through with you guys today. And again, like we all go through we all go through this, right? But even if there is somebody else in your personal life that is experiencing pain and they don't understand why, you could take this knowledge and just give it to them. And we're going to go through the type of knowledge, why we go through this pain, right? Why do we suffer? Why does God let us suffer? So we could really understand the reasons behind it. All right. So I want this to be good with you guys. You guys are good. Put a one if you guys are good. Hopefully you're following along. Perp. So remember, we're going to start with 1 Peter 1, 6, 7. Can't see your faces. So I would like for you guys to just go through the Bible, flip those pages open, make that a habit, right? I know I saw you was driving, James. So it's okay for you. Don't do it. But this is like, we have to get used to, flipping through the pages. But I'm going to start it now. Though now, for a little, while you may have had to suffer grief and all kinds of trials, these have come so that the proven of genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than God, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. So that's 1 Peter 1, 6, 7. Now let's go to, I'm gonna just go through all three scriptures, okay? Then we're gonna break down each of the teachings, okay? So now Malachi 3 and 3, because this one was the eye opener for me, especially when I heard someone explain this. It all started to make sense. It all started to make sense. And it goes, he will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. Like, this was the eye opener for me. Now, Psalms 66, 10 through 12. You will refine us like silver. We went through fire and water. but you brought us into abundance. Okay. So we're just going to go through these three. And like I said, when me putting this together, it was a extreme eye opener for me, right? And I'm hoping that it could help you guys throughout your journey too, and also teach others to help them through their journey while we go through this, right? So we have to understand that pain is God's classroom. It's a weird way to put it, but family, like we have to understand that pain is not random. God puts us through pain, right? For us to, the reason why pain is his classroom, because we have to study why we're going through this pain. Because in reality, we think we're being punished, right? That's just the human logic. We go through pain, we go through loss. Why God is punishing me? But in reality, from his eyes, from him, we are being prepared. So Peter said our faith is being tested like gold. Okay. God doesn't complain in the fire, it becomes pure in fire, right? So when we going through the fire, we can't complain. We have to understand this is what's making us pure in his image. This is what we have to go through in order to get to who we want to become. Well, what he wants us to become. So when life gets hot, it's not God is abandoning you. He's not abandoning us. It's God is refining us, right? So I just want to ask you guys, what if the thing you're praying for God to remove from your life, do you think he is using it to make you stronger? That thing you're praying for God to remove, would you think he is using that to make you stronger? Because I understand when we all feel the heat right now. Like we all investors, right? We want to be traders. So the heat is going to be emotional, financial, and it's spiritual now, right? What could God be burning from you? I want you guys to ask yourself this. So the biggest thing is like God allows us to go through pressure, right? We're going to go through pride, fear, insecurity, comfort, control. This is why we have to go through the fire, the impurities, right? He's pulling the impurities from us. So this is why we have to go through the fire. Make sense, guys? So moving forward to Malachi, okay? He sits as a refiner. This was an eye opener to me. That means that God doesn't walk away while you're in pain. We feel like he is, right? Your first instinct when you're going through something is, why is God doing this to me? Right? That's our first instinct. Like, why I have to suffer, right? But he is sitting there watching us very closely. He's watching us. Okay. And this was the eye opener for me. A silversmith never leaves the furnace because the heat must be exact, too hot, and the silver is destroyed. Too low, then the impurities remain. So, what does that teach us? Okay. Because this is in the Bible, it's not coming from me, right? God knows exactly how much pressure you could take. He's not trying to destroy you, he's refining you until he sees his reflection in you. That was the eye opener for me. When you go through these things, it's like why are you putting me through so much pain, God? It may feel like you can't handle your situation. And everybody's situations are different. Most people are going through a lot worse than probably what you're going through, right? There are people that goes through a lot easier things than what you're going through. But that's because God knows exactly how much fire he could put you through so that it doesn't destroy you. So this is why we hear the words all the time. you could get through it, right? Because he knows exactly how much pain you could tolerate. He knows exactly how much pain he could put you through mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. The reflection that he wants us to have in him, right? That reflection is Christ's character. Peace, patience, humility, obedience, also love. Are you guys lacking in that, right? Because I want to ask you, do you trust God's hand when you don't understand his heat? So when you are going through what you're going through, are you still trusting God? And this is also what you could teach people, right? Because you may hear somebody else's problems and go, that ain't that bad, right? We all like, man, like, you know what the stuff I go through? But that's their fire in their life. Because maybe if that person was going through what you was going through, it would destroy them. Make sense, guys? So this is why we're all unique, right? This is why he created us all differently. We all go through this fire. We all go through it, right? Your fire is going to be different from somebody else's. I want you guys to think about what areas of your life God be sitting over right now. There was a lot of things that I know he was there now. It's a lot of things that what I went through, I realized he was there. And it's good to have those reflections because a lot of you don't believe it. You have been through something and you have overcome it, right? You have overcome it. So that's just to show you that you're capable of overcoming anything. Now we're going to talk about the fire to abundance, right? Psalm 66. We went through the fire and water, but you have brought us to a place of abundance. This is, I heard Eric Thomas say this, like pain is temporary, right? I used to take it as motivation, but it's biblical. It's biblical. Like all the motivational videos y'all listen to is biblical, right? Pain is temporary. No matter what pain you're going through. Like I said, trading, personal life, it's temporary. But the transformation is what's permanent. You're not going to stay through, you're not staying in the fire. We're all passing through it. So every situation that you're going through, just understand that it's temporary, right? It may feel like the end of the world now, especially for people that don't believe in this. It feels like it is crushing their whole life. It does. But just in reality, like every burden, every betrayal was preparation for abundance. Before God multiplies you, before he multiplies us, right? He matures us. Before he promotes us, he purifies us. Just let me know. I want to ask you guys everything that you have been through, all the stuff you have been through, that fire. What has God put you through, made you wiser, stronger, and more faithful? And when you're going through that, what are you focusing on? The fire or the fruit that is producing? So that's the difference. You get what I'm saying, guys? Because if you're just focusing on the fire, that's earthly logic. It's not spiritual. When you focus on these things, I got you, Anthony. When we focus on these things, right, and we realize, let's look at it from a spiritual lens. We realize that okay, I'm going through this trial, but this is what does the other side look, right? If I'm losing money, maybe it's because I'm not good at managing it, right? Maybe it's because I'm not good with risk management. Maybe it's because I don't have a structured plan. If he doesn't trust me with what I have now, he's going to put me through that fire so that now I could humble myself. He's going to make me right in his eyes, right? And then he wants me to mature. He wants to purify me. That's when I get the promotion. that's when he multiplies. The thing is, human logic, we want the promotion, we want the extra money, we want to be happy, abundance, but not transformation. That is how society teaches us. So y'all can see the difference, right? From human logic, how society teaches us and what we see compared to spiritual logic, right? We see a huge difference. It's like even how can you not believe in this, right? How can we? Because if we don't, like Anthony says, it was prison for him. If you don't look at it from a spiritual lens, right? That part of your life would probably destroy so many others. Like Victor, I remember all the fire went through before becoming who I am today. Yeah, and a lot of us have, we have that. But just understand that we all unique for a reason. We go through what we go through, right? Because the whole purpose of our life is teaching, right? Teach. When you able to get through prison and get to where you are, maybe there's somebody else that's exactly what you're going through, think that there's no way out, that there's no way I could overcome this, there's no way I could be better than this. So this is your journey. Say, oh, man, I remember I went through this, let me help you out, right? Like Victor, you're fire. It's like people would think, man, it's nothing, man, I'm going through it right now, there's no way I could overcome this. You're like, come here, I've been through it, now let me help you. That's our goal, guys. That's our goal. Make sense? So now we want to add this to like tradable, us as traders, right? Traders, us all the time, we go through drawdowns before we hit profit. Makes sense, right? We have to go through the fire before we see the abundance, right? Go through drawdown before we see profits. Believers have to face refining before rewards. That's just how it works. Because if we don't go through nothing, we cannot enjoy and love and take care of the rewards. This is why you got to go through some stuff, right? And both discipline and consistency is under pressure. This is what creates transformation. Like you're being tested, guys, for your discipline and your consistency. I want you guys to think about this because every time we talk about why me, the goal, right? But society, it wants us to say, why me? Why me? Why me? Like, why I got to go through, like, why I have to go through so much pain first? Why I have to go through this pain? But we got to learn to switch that and say, and start asking, what are you teaching me? So that's when we transform from survival to spiritual success. Makes a difference, right? Victim, teaching. Survival, spiritual. Lost, trust. Look at it from a teaching standpoint. What is this teaching me? And yes, there's going to be things that you're going to go through that just doesn't make sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to the moment, right? It goes beyond our understanding sometimes. But this is why you guys are here, right? This is why you have to seek the right information. You have to not get distracted by noise because at the moment you will probably go through something that you just feel lost and you just don't understand why you're going through it. But he speaks through people. He will speak to you through things. And then when you're constantly seeking the wisdom, you would eventually understand why you're going through what you're going through. You're going to understand why, what you're going to understand what he's teaching you when you're going through this problem, right? And that's the goal, is that eventually you're going to figure it out. And that's the thing. He's going to give you the answer one day. And then you're going to go, oh, this makes sense. Now I know why. Now I understand why I went to prison. It was for this moment right here. Now I understand why I went through that fire. It was for this moment right now. It's going to come. And that test will come. It will come. But hopefully, if you are seeking the transformation, When that test comes one day, you're going to be ready for it because you're like, man, I waited my whole life to give this. Now I understand this moment. Now I understand why he put me through this. Now I understand it because you're going to seek transformation in yourself, and then people's going to see you change, right? And this is why this is a very big thing. So I just want you guys to think, moving forward, every loss, even when we're in trading, right? Every loss teaches you risk management. Every delay teaches you patience and just trusting God's timing. Every pain you go through matures your perspective. And this is the breakthrough that begins to change your mindset. Okay. This goes for all of us right now because transformation is key and we got to wake up, right? The goal is to wake up. We've been asking God to change our situation, but maybe he is using this situation to change you. You've been asking for an increase, but he's building endurance in you. Make sense? You've been asking for success, but he's shaping your spirit to carry it. So I need you guys to understand that pain doesn't mean failure, it means formation. Okay. I went through that situation too. We all go through it. You could just ask yourself the things that you ask for, the version of you today, are you able to handle it? But I guarantee all of you know that version of yourself that could. Are you that version of yourself that could right now? Can you handle $1 billion right now? Do you know what to do with it? That's what you're asking for, right? Could you handle the 3, 4 homes? Could you handle the business? Can you handle that business? Can you handle taking care of the family? Can you handle this? Can you handle that? The version that you are now, could you handle all of this stuff? We have to be humble. We have to think about that because that's what you're asking for. So he's going to put you through things to get you and prepare you for what's coming, right? Because you asked for it. He's going to give it to you. It's coming. But we have to prepare ourselves for it. Preparation. All right. And like I said, everything is different in all of our lives. But I want y'all to reflect, right? And you could write down, you could share if you choose to. It's up to you. But one, what area in your life is God refining right now? Number two, what fruit or strength is he developing in you through this trial? Three, the old version of you is being burned away in this season, yes or no? And just be very honest, okay? Because this is where the healing begins. Because now, through all of this, you're going to realize the pain that I'm going through is him refining me. And he is watching me, right? He is watching me just like how he watches silver go through the fire, right? And we got to watch it thoroughly. So he knows exactly what he's putting you through. He knows he can handle it, but he's going to keep you there in that fire till he sees himself in you. So when you're going through the fire, are you making those transformations to be more like God? Because if not, hey, you could be honest, right? He's going to keep you there. Right? Some deep, deep stuff, right, guys? Close us out with a prayer. Father, we thank you for sitting here with us in the fire. Help us stop running from the process. Teach us to trust. Teach us to trust you even when we don't understand you. Burn out what's not like you. pride, fear, and doubt. Refine us until our hearts reflect your character. And like what your word says, bring us out into a place of your abundance. You have prepared us. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, Carlos. I had to do a better job than the first one because the first one sucked. No, I think it was still good. But yeah, I'm getting better. Yeah, man, because I want you guys to really understand, God doesn't refine junk, he refines jewels. If you're in the fire, that means there's value in you. Damn, we're getting emotional. So let the fire form in you. You're not finished. Because once you come out, your shine, your purpose, your peace, and your power will show, you know? And like I said, even if there are people out there that is struggling, guys, and just imagine, like, if you guys could think about it, in this perspective, how many people would be okay, right? How many people would just go through the fire and not give up, right? All right, guys, I love you. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your time with your family. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the Zenith call. Have a good one, guys.